The Bill on the court too as they get ready to go to work on the road. The Chicago River winding its way through the heart of the Windy City, our site tonight. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden has led the league in points per game the last 3 seasons. And the Beard said, honestly, it's not even about me scoring. Teams are playing me for the pass. I just try to make the best play, and whether that's scoring or passing, every game is different. Kevin, back to you.
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
So the Nets starting 5. We've got Green. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harris in at the 3. And for Chicago, Satoransky runs the point with Levine at the 2. Young is out there with Vucevic, and it's Williams at the small forward position. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. Nailed from three-point land.
Well, this is the beauty of Kyrie Irving. You think of him as a creator, but this guy in a catch and shoot just as lethal.
Satoransky, the pass to Levine. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammate.
Now here's Levine. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And there's the pass to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. I love seeing the Beard flush it down there with some power.
Pass to Vucevic. Kicks it to Levine. And stolen by Harris. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. Good work there as it goes.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
Satoransky with it. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. It's stolen by Green. In transition, here come the Nets. Yep, it counts. Irving's got his second basket of the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Passes it to Levine. Now here's Satoransky. Back to Levine. Jacks up a 3. Doesn't go that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Well, they're more talented, more accomplished at this point, but you can't rely on that and start taking plays off. You could get surprised.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Here's Vucevic, and nothing is falling for him right now. And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And that's exactly what happened. Guys came off the bench ready to play. The offense didn't miss a beat.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
Check out some of the stats for Levine. Averaging about 27 points per, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he brings it for them every game on the offensive end.
Well, I think you can tell he relishes this role, being the catalyst on the offensive end, night in and night out.
Now here's Levine, averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league. Here's Vucevic. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Nets leading by 15.
And we all know that defense, not necessarily the strong suit for Vucevic, but it's an area that he has definitely shown some improvement.
No doubt, Greg. His greatest strength, obviously, is ability to get on the backboards and rebound with a high efficiency and production. And the key is he's worked to mask those defensive deficiencies. Not a lockdown anchor, but certainly a better team defender than when he entered the league.
One shot.
Free throw good, Green. Greg, the two words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
Well, you bring up some great points. Free throw good, Levine.
And what we've seen recently from Zach LaVine is his willingness to embrace more responsibility. And that has helped him become one of the game's most prolific scorers.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Green kicks to Harden. Three-pointer. Kept alive. Green breaking loose. Jordan with the bucket.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Bulls trail by 18. Satoransky the pass to Vucevic. To the middle. Here's Young. And Young with the stuff.
Well, you can see why his teammates love playing with him. Vucevic willing to find the open guy.
Irving looking over the floor. Here's Harden. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Thaddeus Young. Brooklyn shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Harden.
You know, it tells you something about Harden that he's led the league in free throw attempts so many times. This man is always in attack mode.
He hits both from the stripe. Bulls trail by 18. Here's Satoransky. 9-point game his last outing. Levine wide open. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Levine's got 6 points.
Well, you want a shooter to catch it and go right in rhythm. Zach LaVine does just that.
Good on the triple.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. And Vucevic kicks to Williams. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. 19-point game. And it goes down 2 points. 13 points in the game.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Satoransky finds Williams. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point range, Brooklyn with the rebound. Now here's Harden. 9 points in the game so far. On the wing, Irving. Irving double team. Jordan against Young. It's Jordan on the wing. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
And the jam by Levine.
This guy has got an insane vertical. Levine, no doubt.
Now Irving. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
Now, Zach LaVine is a solid passer. This guy entered the league as a point guard, puts it on the money there.
Pass to Harden. With the teardrop. Good defensive work there by Young.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
There's Levine. It's hauled in by Harris. Nets leading by 16. Lobs it up for Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
Now, DeAndre Jordan, simply a force around the cup. This guy has rare athleticism.
Chicago calls timeout, and Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Chicago going with an almost entirely new grouping. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Vucevic. Daniel Tice comes in for Thaddeus Young. Al Farouk Aminu, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Kobe White in for Satoransky. The Nets also changing it up. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green, and it's Brown in for Joe Harris. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids. You're right. The first free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe. A lot of talk about reseeding in the playoffs when you got down to the final 4 teams. If it ensures the 2 best teams make the finals, it would seem to me, Greg, to be worth it. What about you?
You know, it could be. I think about the worldwide attention on that championship round, but you got to get the Eastern Conference teams to sign off on that. And, you know, we've seen it happen in the past where the power shifts from one conference to the other. But ultimately, nothing better than seeing the 2 best teams play for it all.
And here's Levine. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Back to White. Outside Levine. And here's Aminu. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Another shot. And Levine lays it in. Levine's got 10 points in the game.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
Here's Claxton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, easy call.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Shooting 2.
That one is off. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for the Nets. And he's good on the second. Bulls trail by 18. Levine up top. He's covered by Irving. Lobs it up for Levine. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Brown. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Harden the pass to Claxton. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Nets lead by 20.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Now here's Levine. He's got 12, and the shot goes in.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Now the pass to Harden. Back to Irving. Trying to find Harden, and he's got it now. That one good for 2.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And so White will bring it up for Chicago. He dishes it to Levine. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That is his first foul of the game. Harden against White. He feeds it to Markkanen. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Levine inside the three-point line.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass. And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. And they have owned the paint so far
and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Back to Levine. Again, Levine missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Brown wide open. He fires and misses it off the right side of the rim. White looking around, and Markkanen throws it down.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Nets leading by 20. Irving with the ball. 15 points in the game. Harden draws the double. Here's Claxton, and a strong finish with two hands.
And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
Well, this quarter has been all about this guy. He is trying to close the gap in the score.
Outside Irving, pass to Harden. Now here's Brown. And then Brown with the dunk.
Ooh, that kind of defense, it's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well, for the most part, they were just standing still. And you've got an easy 2 points.
Yeah, and despite his restrictions offensively, you still have to close off the lane or he'll burn you.
And the Nets with possession here. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Bucket is good. Brown's got 6.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Levine against Irving. Here's Levine. Markkanen in the corner. From the arc. The shot will not fall. And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. Nets out in front, opening up a huge gap. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. So far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, the Nets enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
Here's Chicago. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Brooklyn now, Brown out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Aldridge in at the 5. Nets leading by 20. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, "I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it." Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. Here's Markkanen. Yep, that one goes. Markkanen's got 6.
Hey, look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block and imposes his will.
Irving against White. In the corner, it's Griffin. Rebound by the Bulls.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Here's Aminu. Some solid defense there from Irving. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
And the first one drops. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto MB down low. that wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Suns in Phoenix.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Satoransky against Brown. Harris outside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Boy, Joe Harris refusing to give an inch, and he is rewarded with a trip to the free throw line. Nicely done.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Harris.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And the Nets making a change here. Green's checked in. And Harris drops them both.
Well, you can be a second-round selection and still make it in the NBA. Joe Harris, because of his commitment to work, has carved out a nice career for himself. This guy is a lights-out three-point shooter.
White drives in. Count that bucket. White's got his first bucket in this one.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Out left to the wing. Here's Griffin. Now the dish to Brown, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Satoransky. Harris passes to Harden, shoots over White.
Bringing a competitive energy to the defensive end. White stays connected to his man and plays with active hands.
Shot clock at 6. And the rebound goes to Griffin.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Harden the pass to Griffin. The shot that time, not on target. Great D that time from Vucevic. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And a brief check of the stats for Young. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. Getting around 12 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Griffin's shot is good.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Now, here's Satoransky. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
and they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Now Brown. A 14-point game for him in the win against Charlotte. The shot's good from Griffin.
Yeah, how about the strength and focus there of Griffin? Absorbs the hit and still finishes.
Passes it to White. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Now here's Brown. 6 points for him. Down low. And the jam by Harden.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Outside Williams. Satoransky against Brown. Floats one, and the bucket is good from Satoransky indeed. Satoransky's got 4 this quarter.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Harden gets the bucket.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Here's Satoransky. James Harden picking up that last basket. And he makes that one. And here's Harden. 18 points for him. Harden draws the double. Green. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Green's got 5 points so far.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Chicago calls timeout. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin.
James Harden. In the second half of this season, he's been nothing short of spectacular. Second in assists and ranked among the top 10 in scoring. He can fill it up with the best of them.
And going back to him being second in assists, it's his ability to control the pace of the game, his peripheral vision. That makes him such a great floor leader.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Brown. Jordan trying to free himself up. Rejected by Young.
Well, terrific reach on the block. Thaddeus Young stretches out well for a big-time rejection.
It's White on the wing, guarded by Harris. Williams inside. He's against Green. Green with the block. Brown outside. Sweet little floater. Brown's got 8 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
To the paint, here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Now, here's Satoransky. 9 points in the game so far. White, good.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Brown feeling it out a bit. Pass to Harden. Chalk up 2 there.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Bulls. They double him with Green. A nice shot by Young. 6 points for him.
Boy, masterful work from Thaddeus Young. He's got such tremendous length down there.
Right side, Jordan. Back to Harden. Lets it go. The rebound by Young. Young's got his 4th rebound in this one.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Brooklyn's gone to 3-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Into the Bulls, shooting very well, 56% from the floor here in the second quarter. And Satoransky kicks to Vucevic. Young outside to the middle. Here's Satoransky, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Markkanen, he's checked in for Vucevic. Daniel Tice comes in for Young. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Williams. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Kobe White. Free throw good, Satoransky. Brooklyn leading by 23. Harden with it, and the jam by Harden.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Here's Satoransky, and he slams it one-handed.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
Oh, as he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
And LaVine with the block.
Well, with his vertical, LaVine sends it back. That is nice.
And Harden comes to help. Markkanen against Irving. Oh, that was something else.
Have mercy.
Body control, flair for the dramatic, LaVine in style.
Outside Jordan. He kicks to Harden. To the wing on the left. Here's Claxton. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Claxton's got 7 points.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Tice trying to break free. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for the Nets.
One shot.
And that one misses. Brooklyn leading by 21 to the inside, and he dunks it down.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Outside, LaVine. A floater goes back up. Markkanen can't get it to go. Brooklyn's gone to 3-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Harden, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Harden's got 28 points for the game.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
And Tice gets it to go. The net shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%. The 3 from Harden. Rebound by the Bulls. Tice has got 4 rebounds in this game. Sadaransky, the pass to Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
And rising with such ease. Markkanen likes to get up top to bring it down.
And here's Harden for 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Aldridge. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Here's Levine. From down in the low post, it goes. He's got 22.
Well, we know Zach LaVine has got tremendous athleticism, but he's also got tremendous basketball skill, and putting it to work here.
Harden draws the double. Inside, here's Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
I'll tell you, he turns a difficult situation of duress into a simple basket with a precision pass out of the double team.
Irving against Levine. Down low. And Tice gets it to go. Tice has got his 3rd basket of the night.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
James Harden getting it done for Brooklyn. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Hey, James, we know that scoring seems to come easy for you. How do you create that mentality out there?
I just like to have fun. You know, it's all for the kids. It's all for the fans. You know, I think that's what we're here for. And so, you know, guys, just go out there and compete, have fun, and just play hard.
My family doesn't think it's all for the kids, but I appreciate your sentiment. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Okay. James Harden led the way in the first half. He ended up with 28 points, 12 assists. It's hard to believe that LaMarcus Aldridge started in the NBA at the age of 21. Now a decade and a half later, he's still a real talent in this league. He's not slowing down.
You know what the best ability is?
Let's see. How about reliability?
You are so smart. Aldridge shows up every day and performs. Ernie, you're the smartest guy I know.
Well, he has a great face-up game, which most guys before, when he first came into the league at his position, did not have. Now, he's automatic from 20 feet, expanding his range to three-point range as he gets older.
Always reliable analysis from YouTube mugs.
Thank you.
And that'll do it for us. The 3rd quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
My brother.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Sadaransky runs the point with Levine at the 2. Williams is out there with Young, and it's Vucevic in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And that one's good, Irving.
You wonder what the defender who has to check Kyrie Irving on a nightly basis is thinking, because when he's dialed in, there's no checking him.
And the pass to Levine. And Levine with the slam.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Harden surveying the D. No good with the triple.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
And yes, it's good.
Zach LaVine doing work in the mid-range. He's got that shot in his bag, yes, sir.
Now here's Irving. Stolen by Levine. Levine double team. Inside, stolen by Harden. Irving for three. Up again, and there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got 6.
What about the intensity? Go ahead, Mr. Jordan. We see you working out there.
And Vucevic kicks to Satoransky.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
To the middle, here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Levine against Irving. Satoransky up top. 14 points for him. Vucevic puts it up from 7. And the Bulls with another miss.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Satoransky against Harden. Harris on the double team. To the paint. Here's Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
Vucevic knows who he is. This guy is a close scorer, legit threat to finish it with authority.
And although the passes aren't flashy by any means, Nikola Vucevic, a very effective playmaker at the pivot.
And Vucevic is very calm when pressed. Reads the defense well and makes the simple but impactful pass. Great in dribble handoffs. It's a big reason he averages almost 4 assists a game.
Pass to Young. To the right side. 5 on the clock. The shot by Satoransky, no good. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. White, he's checked in for Chicago. And then for Brooklyn, Blake Griffin comes in for Green, and it's Brown in for Joe Harris. How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Brooklyn on defense. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Williams dishes to White, and Jordan sends it back.
This is not the guy you want in your zip code when the ball is going up. DeAndre Jordan twice on the pipes.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's White. After the basket by Brooklyn. Good work defensively by Harden. Brooklyn with the ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. On the wing, Levine. Over Irving. And the Bulls with another miss.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, they've absolutely dominated that category in this one, and it's reflected in the score.
A primary scorer for his team. Griffin also has a knack for drawing fouls on the way up.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. The first one falls.
And Griffin has battled knee injuries during his career, but his persistence is incredible. Still a nightly double-double threat.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Young from outside. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. The shot's good from Griffin.
It's remarkable how Griffin's game has developed. From just a dunker to a very skilled big. The jumper, a big part of that.
And here's Vucevic following the three-pointer by Blake Griffin. They need this, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
7 feet, 260 pounds. Vucevic is a lot to handle. Does a great job drawing that contact.
The Bulls have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws. 81% as a team.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Vucevic.
Well, Nikola Vucevic is a capable back-to-the-basket scorer, and he plays with tremendous confidence, guys.
Markkanen, he's checked in for the Bulls. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for the Nets. And both free throws good for Vucevic. And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. Pass to Luwawu. Back to Irving. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
So difficult to stay down on that pump fake. Irving sells it so well.
The Nets have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
Irving at the line for 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
I think you know that Kyrie Irving has such great love and passion for the game of basketball. This guy is on fire to get better.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Well, Chicago's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's White. The rebound by the Nets. Here's Luwawu. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Now, here is Irving. Griffin goes in, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Vucevic.
And a big man that plays with a lot of versatility in his game. Opponents have to be cautious of Griffin on the drive.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
2.
First free throw is good, and the Bulls making a change here. Aminu's checked in, and a change for the Nets. Claxton's checked in. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. The Bulls shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. And White kicks to Aminu. Pass to Levine. A 3-ball. The offensive rebound. And it's Vucevic missing.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. Big fella is a beast down low.
Now here's Levine. He's got 26. Good D by Irving. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Second chance shot, and Luwawu gets it to go.
Boy, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
White finds Levine. High post Vucevic. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 4 assists in the game.
After being held scoreless in the first, he's turning it on here in the second.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 21.
Well, that pass is a product of Kyrie Irving's great instincts. He's got a terrific mind for the game.
Here's Levine. Softly drops in the floater. Levine's got 28.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Claxton the pass to Irving. And the Nets, another 3.
Boy, the floor spacing that Kyrie Irving brings to the table is impressive. This guy can cash in from deep consistently.
Right side Levine, all sorts of time, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Levine's got 8 points here in this quarter. Brooklyn's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. And there's the pass to Griffin. Tipped away. It's stolen by Vucevic. White against Irving. And it's White missing.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
An unreal performance by Griffin. Locked in. They just have not come up with a scheme to contain him.
Pass to Levine. Aminu with it. Fires from deep. And the rebound goes to Griffin.
I'll tell you, a rough quarter for him, and that puts so much pressure on the guys around him.
Brown dishes to Irving. Irving double team. Back to Brown.
Out of bounds.
And Brooklyn turns it over again. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Zach LaVine.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Now here's Vucevic. He has 6. White inside. He's covered by Irving, and it's White missing.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
It's blocked. To the inside, Markkanen, and Markkanen throws it down.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Now here's Brown, 10 points for him. A shot by Griffin, nobody around. And again, it's the Nets missing. To the middle, stolen. Feeds it to Brown. That ball is good for another field goal, his 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead. Oh, what an ugly start to this quarter. Only 1 of 8 from the field.
White against Irving. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
1:36 left in the third quarter of the game. Minu finds Vucevic. Now here's LaVine. He's tightly guarded. And it's Vucevic missing.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
The Bulls shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. And LaVine, here we go. And then LaVine with the jam.
Oh, you love the footwork of LaVine, the ability to shift pace, tough cover on the drive.
Passes it to Brown. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the third. Now Markkanen, 10 points for him. Here's White. Vucevic trying to get open. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
Brown kicks to Irving. Outside Griffin. From deep. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. The Bulls shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Levine against Brown. And here's Levine. 32 points in the game. Lets a floater go, and he lays it up and in. Levine's got 12 points in just the second half. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be back with you shortly. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Nets shooting an impressive 65%, having their way with this defense. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Luwawu, Aldridge out there with Tyler Johnson, and it's Chioza in at the point.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what, Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
Aldridge against Tice, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Right now, we're seeing more athletes willing to talk about mental challenges, be it depression or anxiety. And you know, Doris, the NBA is no exception. How encouraging do you find it?
Well, I think that whether NBA players or professional athletes in any sport know it or not, they are looked to as examples, as role models. And so I think everybody wins in this situation, Kevin. The players,
Take a break.
the
Take a
fans
break.
themselves, many of whom are dealing with the similar challenges. So, listen, life is not easy. Wherever you can get help, go and take it. I love this initiative from the NBA.
And he makes the first. Young's checked in for Zach LaVine. Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. And so he hits both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. Pass to Chioza. On the wing, Harris. The pass to Perry. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Aldridge. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Terrific at just being aggressive. Aldridge excels at putting pressure on the D and getting the call.
Marcus Aldridge taking 2 shots.
That's good from Aldridge. And in last year's playoffs, we saw zone defense turn the tide in certain games. And Doris, we know when executed well, they can throw an offense completely out of rhythm.
Kevin, I'm going to go back a step further to the Toronto Raptors championship 2 years ago, where they throw a box and 1, a triangle and 2, and multiple zone looks that helps them win a championship. Look no further than Miami's deep run in last year's playoffs. listen, that can change the whole rhythm of a game. It can force an offense to start second-guessing itself. When you can change the rhythm, the tempo, and mix looks and force a team to think and really operate under duress, it only helps you win ball games. Well, terrific job by Tyler Johnson to do exactly what they want him to do, find his open teammates.
Now, here's Valentine, guarded by Harris. Second shot opportunity. The shot by Valentine, no good. The Nets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Johnson, good.
A fearless competitor, 190 pounds of Tyler Johnson, more than willing to take the hit.
Here's Arcidiacono, young left side. Pulls from the top of the key, and that one's good. Arcidiacono. Arcidiacono's got his first basket of the night. The Nets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Chiozza. Pass to Harris. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Tice. Tice has got his 6th rebound on the night. Valentine passes to Arcidiacono. Passes to Tice. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Tice has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Pass to Chiozza. From outside the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Chiozza's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Out to Harris, beyond the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Brown the pass to Young. Valentine with it. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And we've seen more attention given to how fans, Greg, interact with players during the games, whether it's verbal or even physical. Is that something the league's got to keep an eye on?
Absolutely. It's all about making sure that everyone is protected and respected. You know, this is entertainment, right? This is not do or die from a life standpoint, and we don't want to have things escalate.
There's got to be some kind of barrier there, I agree. Here's Chiozza. The Bulls knocking down the 3. Harris passes to Chiozza. Back to Harris. Here's Perry. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Bulls have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Arcidiacono kicks to Brown. Young outside. Here's Arcidiacono. The pass to Tice. Clock at 6. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Daniel Tice. At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And with small ball catching on, it's the rare team, Doris, that looks to go big and play bully ball. Why hasn't that approach been more popular?
Well, to me, Kevin, the NBA game is one that's in constant evolution. So right now the emphasis is 3-point shooting, free throw opportunities and restricted area opportunities. That seems to be the most efficient way to play the game of basketball. On the defensive end, what that requires is positionless players, guys in the post who can guard the perimeter, switchability. All the versatility you can bring to bear on the defensive end is significant, and so that's why bully ball becoming harder and harder to play in today's NBA.
Just 5 on the clock. Johnson from outside, and again, no good by Brooklyn. The Bulls shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter. Left side, Brown. Arcidiacono taking his time here, and the Bulls with another miss. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Here's Arcidiacono. Kicks it to Temple. No good there. Some solid defense from Harris. The Nets have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. While the pandemic impacting earnings all over the NBA, Doris, the pain is felt, we think, most keenly by small market teams.
Across the board, Kevin, there are economic realities that the pandemic has forced NBA teams to look at. But always those small market teams depend on revenue sharing to compete. So now attendance is compromised and their ledger is affected even more. This is going to be interesting to see how this affects roster composition. Boy, we've got a lot of questions to be answered.
Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for the Nets.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the free throw, no good. Brooklyn's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Johnson, good.
But you can see the athleticism and the vertical. Tyler Johnson, a good job when he gets below the free throw line.
The Bulls shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Here's Arcidiacono. Inside, here's Tice. And Tice throws it down.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Here's Chiosa. Aldridge can't get it to go.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity. How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Pass to Luwawu. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Johnson. And too long on the shot. Chicago with the ball. They're on a 15-5 run. Tice. And Tice throws it down.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. Chiosa passes to Johnson. Greg, we're seeing the game evolve. We're seeing more and more big men displaying perimeter skills. Do you like that? Or is there a part of you that misses those days when it all played out inside the lane in a very condensed area?
Listen, Kev, I think the game has kind of evolved on from the impact that the bigs had on the interior, but not the impact that they're having on the game. The reality is the game just doesn't stand still. And now as a big, you've got to have far more versatility. You got to be able to play in space. And as a fan, I just find the game to be more appealing to watch with the freedom of movement, the flow, and more of the skill set being put on display.
I agree. And Chicago has possession following the bucket by the Nets. Passes it to Temple. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 4 rebounds in this game. Chioza scanning the floor. And there's the feed to Aldridge. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Tice has got 11 rebounds in the game.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Here's Argentina. They grab their own miss. And Tice gets it to go. Tice has got 24 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Chioza passes to Johnson. Here's Luau. Back to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Doris, you and I know the quality of play in the NBA bubble was terrific, and some people have said a lack of travel a possible reason why. The league, we think, looking at ways to reduce travel moving forward.
Exactly, Kevin. And one option on the table is the, quote, series model. You see it in baseball, where you play consecutive games against a single opponent. So what about the states with multiple teams, New York or California? Can you play all of those teams in one trip? This not only preserves players, but it also cuts travel expenses, something the league is looking hard at. You love, guys, that Tyler Johnson continues to work hard to get better. His teammates love playing with him, and can we remember this is an undrafted player?
Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Daniel Tice. So Johnson hits 2 of them. Here's Arcidiacono. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Aminu against Aldridge. Aminu dishes to Brown. No good on the 3. Brooklyn's gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Pass to Aldridge. The pass to Perry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Chioza. Off target from outside. And so Brown will bring it up for the Bulls. Greg, you know, we're seeing players take control of their free agent destiny. Do players get a bad rap for that and switching teams?
Listen, I don't know if you get a bad rap, but you're going to catch the wrath of the fan base. You think of Paul George in Indy or KD in OKC, and fans, they're going to feel jilted. There's no doubt about it. They're going to feel scorned.
Yeah.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for James Harden.
What a selfless effort tonight. He's done such a great job finding guys in their appropriate spots.
And what a tremendous career for LaMarcus Aldridge. I mean, so many double-doubles, a rim protector, makes plays for others. Man, the list goes on.
The free throw drops for Aldridge. So he gets them both. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Arcidiacono kicks to Valentine. And here's Brown outside.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Pass to Chiozza. To the paint. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
But the truth is, they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Here's Arcidiacono. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. James, you guys facing a back-to-back on the road, a tough schedule, but so far so good, right?
It's tough, man. We're a resilient team. We work extremely hard, you know what I'm saying? So put the pressure on us, but we're mentally tough. Big-time win on the road, and we got another one tomorrow.
Yeah, you win on the road with mental more than physical, man. Appreciate your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.